In this demo, we are going to use TreeVersity to compare two versions of the federal budget. Here we are comparing the year 2012 versus the year 2011. And you can see the original values here on the top, right and left. On the bottom, you can notice the differences between those 2 years. So if you look at this note in here, that's the overall change on the budget, that it's a decrease of $450 million. Moreover, here we have all the agencies in the budget, and you can see that some of them are decreasing and some of them are increasing. We are using height to represent the absolute amount of change, and with that you see that Department of Education, with the biggest bar, is being the biggest decrease with $850 million. And on the other side, we are using color to represent the percentage of change, as you can see here in the legend. And with that, you can identify international assistance programs to be the agency with the biggest decrease in percentage of change, with 75% decrease. You can see that because it's a dark color. From here, we can see that Department of Health it's staying the same budget, but if we go into more details, adding the bureaus that each agency has, we will notice that actually there's a lot of change happening inside the Department of Health. Also, we can notice two interesting notes. Here on the left, with a black border, we have International Assistance Programs. That is a bureau from the International Assistance Programs Agency that has been removed. You can see that because it has a black border. And looking at the original views, you see that it's present in 2011, but it's not present in 2012. On the right, we have a Domestic Nuclear Detection Office, a bureau from the Homeland Security Agency that has been created, which is only present in 2012 and not in 2011. Now, if we go to the full version of the tree, including the accounts inside each one of the bureaus, we see that there's a lot of things going on the budget. To navigate those changes, we can use the tabular view here on the left. Indeed, we have the name of the nodes, the absolute amount of change, and the percentage of change. We can use regular tabular operations like sorting each one of the columns to see, for instance, in descending order, what are the nodes that are decreasing the most. We see the health resources in the Department of Health is the biggest one with $1.45 billion. Then vaccine, injury compensation, and Department of Health program. We can keep on navigating the different changes up to the nodes that interest us. And the views we are going to be centered in the node that we are navigating to. We can also see, of course, nodes that have been increasing a lot in absolute change. Or, for instance, this node in the middle with on gray, that are the nodes that are not changing at all. Apart from these operations, we can also filter by other criteria. Like, say we want to see only the topological differences and not the nodes that are present in both trees. So for that, we can use this option here in the control panel that will collapse all the nodes that doesn't fit the criteria, in this case being a topological difference. So by doing this, we get a smaller tree, which we can see that we have three removed nodes and 3 created nodes. Then we have some plus signs in these nodes that represent that there are some other information hidden in there. Going back to the original view, we can also filter using what we call the diff scatter plot that represents change using percentage of change on the x-axis and absolute amount of change on the y-axis. So for instance, these nodes in here represent the nodes that are being increasing the most. So by selecting this, we can also see only those, or we can see only the nodes that are decreasing the most. We can combine the view and select 2 different regions, and with that obtain the nodes that are changing the most. And the table updates, and now I can navigate through those changes.